Will, how do you feel about it?
As someone who is a current subscriber to Crunchyroll and has been a previous subscriber, because I actually stayed subscribed to Crunchyroll for like maybe 2 years straight at one point, because I love the service for me being able to watch my anime. I think, just like you said, there's a price hike coming, and I hate to think of how high it may go. I'm pretty sure it won't be an extreme hike per se, like what we seeing with Netflix constantly kind of creep the price up every once in a while. But I think if this goes through, and to add on to what Keem said about it maybe going to this new service that they have, I truly don't think no one's going to win from that. And I think at most, Crunchyroll with the levels that it does has is going to be at base level, maybe 10, maybe $11 a month, I think is where it's going to land at. I don't really like that direction, honestly. I think it should stay where it's at. That's just me, though. I know I can't have things because that's, that in a perfect world type thing. So I don't want to just be greedy for myself and for everyone else's sake. But for teenagers and young kids that are getting into anime, I am so sorry that y'all are about to deal with the issues that I didn't have to face, at least not right now, anyways. So good luck to you, and I hope y'all don't have to sell the seven C's.
I think that I think there's no way around it for some fans. Like they're going to
Mm-hmm.
have to, like, if you don't have the money, and especially if it starts to go up in price. Like, all right, $8 is one thing, and a lot of parents might foot the bill for $8. But like if it goes up to 12, now I don't think it'll ever hit anywhere near whatever Netflix is charging because it is
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
just anime.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah.
like
Mm-mm.
that's a big, and I mean I understand they're gonna start making excuses. They're gonna hit you with the same excuses that the game developers are hitting you with, like, oh, we charge this and that, and like we put this much money into our services, so we have to charge
Mm-hmm.
more now, and we all while not paying none of their animators worth the fuck. Like when they do all these Crunchyroll productions, not paying their translators at all. Like I've heard some abysmal story, like some nightmare stories about what Crunchyroll translators get
Don't,
paid, and then they're
don't even
expected
talk
to turn
about
it
that.
around like that because they need it like for simulcast. So like I don't like the idea of them all of a sudden deciding we're going to start charging you more, and I'm guaranteeing you that that's just going in certain people's pockets and it's not going into people that's doing the work's pockets. Terrence, how do you feel?
So
Do your thing.
so Crunchyroll is at an interesting point right now, just because I mean the fact that they've picked up Funimation, I mean, which the fact that the two are now together, it's crazy. Sony pretty much runs anime in America when it comes right down to it. Because I mean, there's High Dive, but let's be honest, they're not really a
All those
factor.
are dead.
Yeah, I feel like High Dive. In fact, I think they might have been bought recently. I think maybe.
When I say dead, I don't mean like literally dead. I just mean like compared to Crunchyroll plus Funimation, they
Yeah,
got no shot. They're
yeah,
like a distant third at best.
yeah. Very distant, extremely distant. But in terms of how I feel, I have to agree with Raheem that I'm 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 not surprised by this, just because, to be honest, Crunchyroll's like one of the last streaming services I can think of that has a free, well had a free feature like this. Because we were talking about this at the beginning of the podcast, but I'm pretty sure Hulu, when it debuted back in like the early 2010s or whenever that was, it
Mm-hmm.
was technically free with ads, and you could pay for the premium version that took away the ads. But they eventually changed that to where it was just you pay for the version with the ads and you pay more for the version without the ads, which is, screwed up, but hey, it is what it is. um I do find it funny that Crunchyroll at least gave us the 3 episode rule where you get 3 episodes for free, and
They
then
knew what
after
they was
that you
doing on
gotta
that one.
pay. You have to pay. Oh man, but I, I don't know. I'll put it this way: I would like to see some improvement now that Crunchyroll and Funimation have officially combined their services together. I would like to see some improvements from Crunchyroll in regards to their app and to just their service in general. Because their app on PlayStation 4, I can't speak to Xbox, PlayStation 5, or whatever, but the PS4 app, it has not changed since it's been like 5 or so years. It is pretty. The interface for that has stayed the same. And honestly,
Is it
I huh
I gonna say, is it still that one where it's like
where you pretty much just
kind of
scroll.
almost like a Yeah, like it's almost like a digital
Yes.
book.
where you
in
have
a
to
way.
scroll
Yeah,
through it.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly
it
like that,
hasn't
yeah.
changed.
Wow.
And and honestly, and I talked about Verve earlier. I'm gonna bring it up now.
Mhm.
The reason why, honestly, I went to Verve was not just only because it had more services at the time. Now it doesn't. Verve is almost worthless now, but because the interface was better. Like Verve's interface is way better than Crunchyroll's in my opinion, at least on the app. Like I can't speak to the website or anything. I'm just specifically talking about the app for like consoles and everything. And now that Crunchyroll is considered the default, I would like to just see them step it up in some regards, because now you even have to change from Verve, because I recently discovered that Verve is not going to have really any more updates after this. You are going to have to strictly use Crunchyroll. Yeah, after this season, Verve I don't think is, because Funimation they've been slowly adding the Funimation library to Crunchyroll, and I checked Verve to see if it has the same updates. It's not.
Yeah.
All those Funimation anime, they haven't been put on Verve. So Verve, I don't think is getting the same updates as Crunchyroll. You're going to have to use Crunchyroll as your anime service from now on, which if that's the case, so be it, but just update it to where it's on the same level as like a Netflix, a Hulu, Amazon, it's all the others. Like if you're going to have this premium anime viewing experience and it's going to be like the only anime experience, you got to step it up. That's my answer to all this. Is like, I'm not surprised with their decision to take away the free version of it, but at the same time, if you're going to do this and if you decide to raise the price at some point, which let's be honest, they more than likely are going to, they need to step it up. They need to make the app better, make the UI, the UX better. Yeah, Sony, if you're listening to this, you're probably not, but if you are, yeah, make it better.